So, Miiasaurus returned to the internet, and when I tell you that my phone did not stop ringing, holy crap. But after taking a look at the video itself and taking a look at the public's perspective, I have only one thing to say. Influencers are not your friends, and you have developed a relationship with an online persona that Mia created. Nobody besides Mia and her loved ones will truly know who she is. So stop holding expectations for her to be a version of the person that you once knew. You and I have no idea who Mia is because she self-admittedly lied about almost everything that she was. Whew, that was a mouthful. And so is my husband's cough.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Disclaimer, if you want more understanding of today's video, please go watch my previous video on Miiasaurus, as this is a follow-up to that video. With the swift development of online technology and in turn the introduction of more social media platforms, people around the world feel more connected than ever. Most of us use social media to communicate with friends near or far, especially after the pandemic. But more and more public figures have set up social media accounts to connect with their fans and announce upcoming projects. With this new evolution in connectivity, fans feel much more intimate towards the public figure, as they are updated daily on the private lives of their favorite influencers. No matter the level of interaction between the public figures and their fans, the public figures' lives will always be a part of their fans. This kind of admiration is like a relationship, but one where the influencer is completely unaware of the fan's existence and the connection it is that they've made with them. Whole relationships are formed, but the fan's relationship is based on the online interactions with the public figures. And yet, these influencers have no idea that their relationship exists. So my first question was, what is the role that social media plays in the creation of these relationships? Even though people are being connected more and more every day, the public figures have no time to be able to individually acknowledge each fan's existence. Which guided me to my second question of, do these relationships even exist if only one participant is aware of its existence? The one-sided relationship between fans and people of interest are called parasocial relationships. Parasocial relationships are affinities where only one side is aware of its existence. One person invests their emotional energy, interest, and time into the relationship, whilst the other party is completely unaware of the person and the existence of their relationship. These relationships are commonly formed by fans with public figures that they admire. Most parasocial relationships are formed by general interactions by the influencers being interpreted as specific by the facilitator of the relationship. These interactions serve as a form of contact with the public figure to the viewer and has become the basis of which parasocial relationships are born. Parasocial relationships are voluntary and provide a level of companionship and are influenced by social attraction. Viewers experience socially identifying connections with the persona behind the screen. But what if the person that you were in constant contact with through a screen had lied about almost everything in their lives that made you develop a connection with them? What if their intrinsic qualities that drew you in was merely used as a vessel in order to garner success? Would you feel betrayed? Hurt? Well, in the case of Miiasaurus, it's actually quite the opposite. Upon her return, the majority of her audience were willing to take her back despite her self-admitted pathological lying. So today we are going to be talking about Miiasaurus and why influencers are not your friend. But first, a word from today's sponsor. Today's video is proudly sponsored by ExpressVPN. Do you like to travel, but hate the fact that you can't watch your favorite shows? Introducing ExpressVPN. Now, by this point, we should all know how important a VPN is to your home and personal computer safety. ExpressVPN prevents your ISP from seeing your browsing activity. They put a stop to this by rerouting 100% of your network's traffic through their secure and encrypted servers. Whilst I was vacationing in Jamaica, I used ExpressVPN so that I could watch my British British shows in Jamaica. With a simple click of a button, I was able to transport my device anywhere in the world. I was also providing myself that extra layer of safety when using hotel Wi-Fi, as ExpressVPN also has trusted server technology, meaning that it is physically impossible for any of ExpressVPN's VPN servers to store logs of any customers. They are the top-rated VPN provider after all. They were rated #1 by CNET, The Verge, Mashable, TechRadar, and so many more. So if you would like to get your hands on ExpressVPN, the all-in-one VPN provider, please click the link in the description box to sign up today and get 3 months for free. Thank you once again to ExpressVPN for sponsoring today's video, and without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Now, I'm not a big fan of being the apology police. I don't believe there is any version of an apology that will ever pacify or satisfy an audience. There will always be people who think you aren't shit, and that's just facts. So my take on today's video isn't going to be about giving the public at large what they want. The general public are savages who will literally destroy your life for misgendering a dog. Today's video will mostly be about what I think is best for everybody's healing, but most importantly Mia's, because I truly don't believe this situation will rest unless Mia fully heals from the events that happened 3 months ago. So 2 nights ago, Mia uploaded a video called Coming Back to YouTube. This essentially let everybody know that she was somewhat in a transitional period. Unfortunately, on social media, people want to see a fully realized evolution and not the evolving process. They want to see you go from Charmander to Charizard. They don't give a fuck about Chameleon, even if Chameleon is a fundamental part of the process of becoming Charizard. And whilst I said I don't want to really be the apology police, I think that it's important for us to acknowledge the audience's expectations versus the very humble reality of what it's like to change as a person. So the video starts pretty much the same as all of the other apology videos before this. On a whim, rambly, unorganized, and this essentially sets a precedent.
Dude, this is weird as shit. It's... Hi. Hello, everyone. Enough about you, time to start talking about me. It's been a while. I'm sure so many of y'all are asking, man, what the f happened? You just disappeared. Where the f did you go? All your shit is gone. What's happening? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, bitch, I would have questions too.
This doesn't feel like a new and rejuvenized Mia. This seems like the Mia from 3 months ago, leading people to believe that she hasn't actually changed.
Kind of ran away from letting people know things about me. I currently live in Finland.
I think that some of the more successful comebacks to YouTube are those that start strong. Like if we were to take, for instance, somebody like Shane Dawson, when he returned after his huge scandal a few years back, he addressed the situation and fully moved on with a strong video. So I think instead of coming back all disheveled and unorganized and rambly, she should have come back strong and possibly in her brand new setup, so that people really understood that when she said that she's coming back to work, she really means she's coming back to work. I say this as a person who has made 2 quote-unquote apology videos in my lifespan here on YouTube. One in 2019, which was an absolute abomination, and a second one, which was received far better by the community because the evolution had already taken place. I was Charizard, bitch. She then apologizes to the people it is that she hurt.
I want to say again that I am so sorry to the Black community, to those who are people of color generally speaking, but specifically so Black people. I made a conscious decision to continue carrying out a caricature of a person. Fuck. I didn't expect. Bro, what the hell? I am so fucking disgusted by that.
And then she touches on the fact that she wants to fulfill what it is that she previously stated, that she would be donating monthly to various different charities, but namely Black charities, and that she plans on sharing her donations with her audience monthly, I guess as a way of holding herself accountable.
I'm gonna be donating proceeds from each and every video moving forward to respective communities, starting off with the Black community. And you know, proof of said donations online.
Now for me personally, and I don't know, this feels like this could possibly be a hot take, but it feels as if Mia is punishing herself. Almost as if she's like self-flogging as a way to atone for her actions. I don't really feel like she needs to make monthly donations unless she wants to. I don't know, like do it for a good reason, not because you hate yourself. I don't know, that's just my stance. Then she touches on Mika SF's point it is that she made in her video about redistributing her platform versus redistributing her wealth.
I think what she should be doing is collabing with like a POC, maybe probably a Black female creator because of the Black set that she had adopted, talking about the commentary community and the misuse of it. Platform directly people that support the thing that you believe in. And then she equates, this is just her equating money as action. Because she, in her head, she profited off of it. Thus, she must redirect the profits. I think you created a platform off of it and you should redirect the platform because everybody can see the platform stuff, but where the money's going depends on the charities.
I want to share, you know, other maybe influencers and just people in general who I believe deserve a spotlight from said communities, because I mean I'm gonna be honest with you, like which is probably a good idea. I really feel like people deserve to be seen and heard, and if I can help in any other way, then I want to do that.
She states that she wants to bring in more POC content creators to collaborate with, and I think that's a great idea. The way to beat ignorance is with compassion and understanding, so integrating with these communities is possibly a good way for her to grow as an individual. Okay, so let's talk about the problems. People don't know what the hell is going on. If you check out Mia's comment section, there's still a vast majority of people who have absolutely no idea what it is that Mia is even apologizing for. We have to remember that previously she had deleted her entire channel and all of its contents, including the apology videos it is that she made. So unless you were around for the 3 weeks it was that this drama took place, you would have absolutely no idea what's going on. This causes more confusion than understanding because now you have individuals infighting and arguing in the comment section about what even happened. The conversation of what the hell happened with Miiasaurus took over the conversation of what it is that she actually tried to tell her audience in this video. But this is also why I feel a more structured return would have been far more beneficial to Mia, because on September 3rd on Instagram, Mia had hosted a Q&A where she invited her audience to ask her anything. In this Q&A, because she was typing out her responses, they seemed to be a lot more detailed and her response was well constructed. The problem is with that though is that Mia has approximately 80,000 followers on Instagram versus her 1.13 million subscribers on YouTube. So unless you're around on September 3rd for 24 hours, there's literally no way you would have caught it. Here are some questions it is that I thought were interesting. Somebody asked, what happened to your YouTube? She replied, not entirely proud of my past content / not proud of my past choices. So I just wiped everything. I will return soon though. Another person asked, are you really a changed person? Mia replied, I don't think I get to decide that. I will say though that everybody is constantly changing, whether it's for the better or for worse. Not to sound like the finance bro who tried shrooms once and learned about empathy, but as they say, everything is subjective. Your opinion is not wrong or right, it's simply an opinion. And I will not deny you the right to have one about me, shouty. Somebody else asked her, are you coming back with a detailed response to the criticism or with regular content as per usual? She replied, I feel like it's a bit counterproductive for everyone, myself included, to just keep on rehashing it over and over again. I understand people have questions and some of them may never be answered. Unfortunately, it's just a consequence of what I have done. I think it's also a natural reflection on how social media works. You don't really know anyone, since most of the content that hits the internet is very meticulously handcrafted. So my content was/is no different from that. I'm happy to keep talking about my choices though. I think I just also want to make new ones along with whatever is right in the moment. I think I was just very ashamed of myself and felt like I needed to over-explain to have everyone understand me. But I don't think that's necessary anymore. I am definitely just interested in having conversation and hearing everyone out. Another person asked, how did you cope with coming out with the truth and acknowledging your wrongdoing? She replied, my friends supported me through everything. All of them held me accountable while simultaneously showing me unconditional love. Mindfulness and self-compassion was a key component as well. Reframing these cognitive schemes you have about not being good enough to be seen, as well as any black and white thinking you may have, i.e., God, I'm nothing but a piece of shit who only up, does the brain good too. People sometimes say you need to just ignore these thoughts, but I find it helpful to just have a dialogue with them. Sometimes it's your inner child or something inside just asking for their needs and its wants. Being there for yourself is the only way that anyone is going to do better. You can't hate yourself into a version you love. It also just happened very fast. Obviously, it's not completely over and never will be. I do think that seeing such positive influences enter my life is what made me want to stick to being truthful, having a sense of self though. I think I've known for a long time that I would just hit a wall. So I guess that now was just the time for everything to unravel. All I can say is that it happened like that. It takes time to make a long-lasting change for yourself if you're facing something similar, etc., etc. Do you think that things will ever be the same for you online? Mia replied, God, I fucking hope not, laughed my ass off. It was painful, but well needed. I almost want to say that I fucking hate the internet, but that's only because I feel like so many of the negative things about me just weren't being said. It's like the feeling of everyone ignoring the elephant in the room. You know what I mean? Only time will tell though. And the last one is, what do you think of the videos that people have made about you recently? I've only watched one actually, and I think it was too painful to keep going since it was really tough reading through everything in the comments as well. I don't think that anyone was necessarily wrong for the things that they said, if that's what you're asking. Yeah, it hurt like a bitch, but that's also just the reality of my consequences, bro. I can say that I almost want to get defensive and start listing out what was inaccurate and this and that, but it's not even about being right either. I think it's also just a part of social media too. I definitely learnt my lesson about judging/talking about others though. Fuck making commentary vids. Now, from what we can see here, it seems as if her new content may not necessarily be commentary. And I honestly think that's a shame because I feel like Miiasaurus had something great to add to commentary. Editing Paige here. I don't know whether this is necessarily true anymore because I just clicked onto Miiasaurus's channel after the most recent upload. Originally, she only had her apology up, and now she seems to have a bunch of previous commentary videos. So she might be coming back to commentary, I don't know. But at the time, my reasoning that she wasn't coming back to commentary was purely based on her saying F doing commentary, as well as not having any of her previous commentary videos up. So I guess maybe she's changed her mind, who knows? I understand the fact that she may feel as if, you know, she can't critique other people if she herself has so much to be critiqued for. But I kind of feel as if we're past the point within the commentary sphere that we believe that all commentators should be above reproach and that they don't have the same negative human impulses that everybody does. Like for me, the way I change my past content into my current content is always to keep at the forefront of my mind empathy. Like with Mia, I am empathetic to the displacement it is that Mia endured that made made her feel as if she wasn't good enough or didn't fit in or didn't belong, and that embellishing and bedazzling her life made her feel as if she was important in a world where her emotional well-being was not the utmost of importance to the people around her. I humanize her. And because of that, I feel as if I can critique her from a place of love rather than a place of, oh, you terrible, horrible human being. I mean, you really have to be the worst person in the planet to be on my shit list. Because I myself realize that I am not perfect. I fuck up a lot. But that's also a part of the human experience. So I truly hope that Mia changes her mind about her contributions to commentary, because her voice is needed. And to the 1.13 million followers, subscribers, or whatever, she is important and she is valid. But that brings me to my next point about the parasocial relationship it is that Mia has developed with her audience. So the fundamental problem here is influencers are not your friends, and I do not care if I have to shout it into the abyss. They simply aren't. They're not your friend. We all know the phrase different in person, right? I feel like everybody needs to remember that whatever it is that you see on the internet is rarely what you get in real life. I mean, 99.9% of internet trolls would not have the audacity to say to public figures what it is that they say online to their face. Because I don't play those games. Bitch, I fight in real life. Because interpersonal reactions face-to-face versus via a keyboard is vastly different. So if we can admit that these so-called keyboard warriors can present overly confident, over-embellished, hyperbolic versions of themselves, imagine how much easier it is to create a more interesting version of yourself through the lens of a camera. See, on the internet, we can project ourselves to be a version of ourselves that we want to be. So it's not strange to see individuals put on personas. From Rich Lux and his clown makeup to Deaf Noodles and his cat ears. We can construct versions of ourselves that we see as more appealing, because the primary objective is to get people to like us. And I don't care, anybody who makes content wants to be liked in some capacity. And even if they aren't fussed on being liked the most, they want to be liked by someone. Otherwise, there would be no reason for them to create content at all. Miiasaurus was creating content weekly, and the effects of repeated exposure to a person essentially enhances your attitude towards them. This social attraction is an outcome of sustained exposure, and with social media making communication so much easier, even without feedback, this relationship can develop. Parasocial relationships develop when fans relate a trait of a public figure as an in-group. So it's quite bizarre to me that so many people were willing to overlook that the personality traits that drew them closer to Mia were seemingly untrue. And the reason I think that is because they have a bond with the person it is that she created. Despite the deconstruction of this character, they still have a framed image of this character in their mind's eye. Betrayal did not flow as much as empathy. Now, this either speaks to Miiasaurus and the amazing community it is that she's created, or this is symptomatic of a parasocial codependent relationship that has been developed between the public figure and their audience. So to conclude, we don't know Mia. And even I, as a person who has critiqued Mia previously on my last video, I can only critique what it is that Mia herself has presented to me. And even the act of critique on a public figure is parasocial in of itself. But whether you are disappointed in Mia in ways that made you angry, or are proud of Mia for her honesty and integrity, the point is that none of us know Mia, nor will we ever. Maybe it's that human need for a sense of belonging that attracts us to these creators. We crave feeling included, and YouTube gives us that. The ability to be a part of a group and to generate a subculture. So whilst all of us pass judgment on Mia, good or bad, we can't deny that she herself has that innate need to belong. So maybe, just maybe, she created her own space of belonging. So maybe she's not in her Charizard era. Maybe she's a chameleon. So let's just give her a little bit of grace, as we are all in the middle of our evolution. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I just wanted to do a little bit of a quick recap as to what has happened, seeing so many people have asked me for what my perspective is. Honestly, I'm kind of at a point now with this whole Mia situation that I'm just like, I just want this, like, I feel like she's punishing herself, like, let it end. For you, for your mental health, just let it end. I know that Miiasaurus has said in her apology video, the one that is that we just critiqued this afternoon, that she wants to bring in more people of color onto her channel. I actually did reach out to Mia and ask her if she would be interested in me interviewing her. And the reason I asked that is because I feel as if there is still a lack of understanding within Mia's own community, as well as outside of the community, of what actually took place and why she feels so guilty about it. The process of understanding for her audience wasn't linear, it was all over the place. So if she ever wanted to put a nail in that coffin and put that bitch to sleep, I'm more than happy to hear her out with a level of compassion. So if Mia's down for that, I am totally down. But obviously, no pressure, do you take your time. Because the truth of the matter is that everybody makes a mistake. Rehashing apologies isn't going to change anybody's opinion. And rambling with no structure or direction is only going to generate and garner more confusion. So my invitation is still open for us to answer the questions and then close the goddamn door. With that being said, I just wanted to say a massive thank you to my Patreons, as well as my members and my Twitch family. Twitch family, you guys have rocked this week. I've had so much fun with you. So I really appreciate you guys sticking by me. I'ma stick beside him and all of that good stuff. Anyways, I hope you guys have an amazing day or evening, whatever the hell it is that you are doing. And until next time, you beautiful, amazing, badass bitches. You're a chameleon. Get in your Charizard era. Bye. What the hell is it with me in Pokemon?